It's a funny thing about cats. You can live in the same home, feed them every day, and make sure their water bowl is always fresh. And yet they may walk right past you to curl up next to someone else. They might barely acknowledge the person who's filling their dish, but follow another family member from room to room like a shadow. If you've ever wondered why, you're not alone. There's something quietly mysterious about the way cats choose their favorite person, and when they do, it's not by accident. The real question is, what is it that makes one human stand out from all the rest in their eyes? And how do you know if you've been chosen? Cats have a way of making us rethink what pet ownership even means. If you've had both dogs and cats, you've probably noticed a striking difference. Dogs wear their loyalty on their sleeves, or rather, in their wagging tails. They look to their humans for approval, follow instructions, and seem to thrive on pleasing us. Cats, not so much. Cats operate on their own wavelength. They don't exist to obey. They don't live to impress. They have their own rules, their own rhythm, and their own way of deciding who matters most in their world. It's not arrogance, it's nature. While dogs evolved as pack animals, designed to cooperate and rely on each other, cats evolved as solitary hunters. They survived by relying on their own senses, making their own decisions, and defending their own space. Even today, inside our homes, that independence is still baked into their behavior. They may enjoy our company, but they also need the freedom to do things on their own terms. What's even more fascinating is how cats became part of our lives in the first place. Dogs were intentionally domesticated by humans, trained, bred, and molded over thousands of years. Cats, they made their own choice. Ancient cats saw humans storing grain, noticed the mice that came along for the ride, and thought, well, this could work. They stuck around for the food supply, tolerated our presence, and little by little, a bond formed. In other words, cats domesticated themselves. And because they made that choice once, they're still making choices now, especially about the people they let closest to them. Part of that decision comes down to personality. Cats, like humans, have individual temperaments. A bold, playful cat may gravitate towards someone who's just as lively, ready to play and engage. A quieter, more reserved cat might choose the person who gives them space and understands the art of peaceful companionship. When personalities click, the bond can be almost instantaneous. But there's more to it than simply getting along. Cats live in a world ruled by scent. They communicate through it, understand their environment through it, and even make decisions about trust and affection based on it. Within their noses is a remarkable tool called the Jacobson's organ, or the vomeronasal organ, that lets them taste the air. You might have seen your cat pause, open their mouth slightly, and look a little silly. That's called the flamen response. In that moment, they're analyzing pheromones and other invisible messages around them, picking up details we can't even imagine. When they're around you, they're not just looking at you or listening to your voice, they're taking in your scent profile, learning your personal chemical signature. Over time, that scent becomes a source of comfort, reassurance, and familiarity. If they rub against you, they're adding their scent to yours, marking you as part of their inner circle. Of course, cats have their own unique ways of showing affection, and it's not always the same as a dog's slobbery kiss or wagging tail. A slow, steady purr while curled in your lap is an obvious sign they feel safe and happy with you. But some signs are more subtle and sometimes misunderstood. That gentle nibble on your hand or finger. In cat culture, that's a bonding gesture, something they might do with other cats during grooming. Showing you their belly might seem like an invitation to pet them there, but it's really a display of trust, because in that position, they're vulnerable. Even the strange habit of bringing you gifts, like a toy mouse or, if they're an outdoor hunter, something real, is a form of affection. In their mind, they're providing for you just as they would for another cat in their family. It's their way of saying, "You're one of us." If you want to strengthen that bond, it's not about smothering them with constant attention. In fact, for many cats, too much forced interaction can push them away. The key is quality over quantity. Make your moments together meaningful. Engage in play sessions with a feather wand or laser pointer. Offer gentle grooming if they enjoy it, or simply share space quietly. Cats appreciate a human who respects their independence but is ready to connect when they're in the mood. Trust is the foundation, and trust takes time. Cats notice who respects their boundaries and who tries to force closeness. If you let them come to you, give them safe spaces to retreat, and pay attention to their cues, you'll build something lasting. One simple way to communicate trust is with the slow blink. When you look at your cat, close your eyes slowly, then open them again. It's a non-threatening signal in feline language, often called a cat kiss. If your cat slow blinks back at you, it's a quiet but powerful sign that they feel safe with you. When a cat chooses you, you'll notice they'll start seeking you out, whether it's to follow you from room to room, curl up next to you while you're reading, or sit outside the bathroom door waiting for you to come back. If they sleep near you, that's one of the ultimate compliments in cat society. Sleep is when they're most vulnerable, so sharing that time with you means you've earned a deep level of trust. Every cat is different in how they show love, but the common thread is choice. They are not with you because they have to be. They're with you because they've decided you're worth their time, their company, and their affection. And that makes the bond even more special. For seniors especially, this connection can be profoundly meaningful. Cats can bring comfort, companionship, and even a sense of routine. They can sense when you're not feeling well and may sit quietly with you, offering their calm presence. Their purrs have even been shown in some studies to promote relaxation and lower stress. When a cat has chosen you, the relationship becomes a two-way street of care. You look after them, and in their own way, they look after you. It's worth remembering that cats, by nature, start out wary of humans. Their instinct is to be cautious until they know you're safe. That's why patience is so important. Winning their trust isn't about tricks. It's about consistency, respect, and gentle persistence. Over time, they'll notice the little things, that you feed them at the same time each day, that you don't chase them when they walk away, that you speak to them softly. Those patterns are the building blocks of love in their world. When you finally see the signs, whether it's the slow blink, the soft headbutt, the way they roll onto their side when you walk into the room, you'll know you've been chosen. And once you're chosen, you're part of their world for good. They may still wander off to nap in the sun. They may still pretend not to hear you sometimes, but you'll be their person. The beautiful truth is that cats don't give their affection lightly. They don't choose everyone. So if your cat has picked you, cherish it. You've been given something rare, the trust of a creature that could have kept its heart entirely to itself, but decided you were worthy. And that's worth more than anything money can buy.